When your franchise wide receiver stops talking about his route tree and starts sounding like a general manager pleading for reinforcements, that isn't just a friendly interview. It's a tactical distress signal coming straight from the heart of the locker room. I've spent decades watching the star on the helmet rise and fall, and I've never seen a disconnect quite like the one brewing right now between the players who sweat on that turf and the men who sign the checks in the executive suites. We are watching a masterclass in how to dismantle a championship window through sheer administrative stubbornness. I am Carlos Eduardo, and today we're pulling back the curtain on why the George Pickens situation is the most dangerous game Jerry Jones has ever played with the future of America's team. From my perspective, what George Pickens did in 2025 wasn't just about the stats, though being a second-team All-Pro speaks for itself. What I see on the film is a player who completely fundamentally changed the geometry of the field for Dak Prescott. For years, we've seen teams bracket CeeDee Lamb, daring anyone else to beat them. But with Pickens on the outside, you can't play those games anymore. He brings a clutch factor and a physical edge that we haven't truly possessed since the days of Michael Irvin. When I watch the tape of those money downs, Pickens is the guy creating space because defensive coordinators are absolutely terrified of his vertical speed. He forces gap discipline from the secondary that most teams just can't maintain for 4 quarters. And yet, despite this clear tactical advantage, the front office is back to its old tricks. CeeDee Lamb's interview with Kay Adams wasn't just fun and games about the Pro Bowl, it was a public call to arms. When CeeDee tells us that Micah Parsons, who we already let slip away to the Green Bay Packers, is active on a scooter trying to recruit Pickens to join him in the frozen tundra, my blood boils. How did we get here? How did we let the culture at the Star become so precarious that our own former legends are acting as scouts for our biggest rivals? If I'm being honest with Cowboys fans, the mismanagement of the Micah Parsons situation was a failure of discipline that should have cost people their jobs. But to repeat that same mistake with Pickens, especially knowing they share the same agent in David Mulugeta, is bordering on institutional malpractice. I've seen this movie before. Mulugeta doesn't play around, and if the Cowboys think they can wait and see until the franchise tag deadline, they are going to find themselves with a disgruntled superstar and a fractured locker room. I look at the historical parallels and it's haunting. In the 90s, we didn't just have talent. We had a front office that understood the value of the triple threat. We had Aikman, Smith, and Irvin, but we also had the supporting cast like Alvin Harper who kept the defense honest. Pickens is that modern-day Harper, but with the ceiling of an Irvin. If we lose him, we aren't just losing a receiver. We are losing the clutch factor that makes this offense elite. We are telling Dak Prescott that we don't care about his window of opportunity. What I find most insulting as an analyst is the narrative that we can't afford to keep everyone. This is America's team. We play in Jerry World, the most profitable sports cathedral on the planet. Don't talk to me about salary cap strategy as if it's an unsolvable math problem. It's a choice. It's a choice to prioritize winning, a negotiation over winning a Super Bowl. The Packers aren't worried about the cap when it comes to stealing our blue-chip talent. The Eagles certainly aren't sitting on their hands when they see a chance to improve. CeeDee Lamb saying, "I'm going right to the source," is the most leadership I've seen out of this roster in years. He knows that the money downs in September are won in the boardrooms in February. He knows that his own success is tied to Pickens. When CeeDee says, "I don't need no middleman," he is telling the Jones family that the players are tired of the excuses. They want to win. They want that 6th ring. And they know they can't do it if the front office keeps letting the bridge to the future be burned by NFC North rivals. Think about the atmosphere at AT&TStadium when things are going well. The energy of playing under the bright lights is fueled by stars. You don't replace an all-pro like Pickens with a draft pick and expect the same results. You don't ask Dak to do more with less for the 5th year in a row and expect a different result in the playoffs. My analysis is simple. If you don't pay George Pickens now, you are effectively resigning from the 2026 title race before the draft even starts. I've watched the film of our losses last year, and they all have one thing in common: a lack of physical dominance when the pressure is on. Pickens provides that dominance. He's the guy who goes up and takes the ball away from a corner in the end zone. He's the guy who demands a safety over the top, which opens up everything for the run game. To let that walk out the door because of a contract dispute is a slap in the face to every legend who wore the star. We need to stop pretending that the Cowboys way is working. The Cowboys way, for the last 25 years, has been a cycle of high expectations followed by front office hesitation. If we want to return to the glory of the 90s, we have to act like the 90s Cowboys. We have to be aggressive. We have to protect our own. And most importantly, we have to listen to the leaders in our locker room like CeeDee Lamb when they tell us exactly what they need to bring a trophy back to Dallas. The pursuit of the next Super Bowl ring requires more than just talent. It requires a commitment to excellence from the top down. Right now, I see a locker room committed to excellence and a front office committed to the bottom line. That gap is where championships go to die. Jerry Jones needs to realize that the most expensive player isn't the one you pay. It's the one you let leave for nothing. We don't chase the fluff, we chase the ring. It's time to act like it.